today. From Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
To return it, Darius Phillips. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The numbers for Mixon last week, 3 touchdowns on the ground, and then, Charles, he threw one in through the air for good measure.
Yeah, you know you have to account for him in all situations. I mean, we know he can run the heck out of the football. You just noted what he did. But how about him being able to get out of the backfield, catch it, and get into the end zone as well?
And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Mixon with a first down carry. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. It's complete to John Ross. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. It's Mixon on the counter. Mixon with a first down and more. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll give it to Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Delay game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 2nd down.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Now Burrow. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing his car on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
First down, Bengals.
Burrow on play action. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Joe Mixon.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Burrow. That's a screen pass. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play. First down.
To Joe Mixon.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense humming here in the early going.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Demarius Randall.
The first down pass. Intercepted.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, Jacobs. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
The 34-yard line.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Loose football, the ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On 1st down, Mixon. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down, Burrow. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jared Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Bengals add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. So they got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. Some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
A gain of
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Now Carr. It's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
That's pulled in at the 32. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now an option play on second down. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
Well, you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now on for the field goal, a 27-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a first and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up second and 2.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Josh Jacobs.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And it is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. They're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Give him 14 on the play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
With the score, Bengals 17, Raiders nothing.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
Joe Burrow's sack.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken right at the 35. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Going deep downfield for Ross. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
the ball carrier.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
From the gun, it's Carr.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at the time, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
To 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40.
Vegas.
11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run it with Jacobs. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Carr completes it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
7 brings up 3rd and 8.
Shotgun now for Carr. That'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Intended for Josh Jacobs.
Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Able to find Higgins. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown lead.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
Throwing now is Carr. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Carlos Dunlap. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Operating from the gun. Carr. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody.
This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. That's going to be caught. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play, and it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. He's at the 50. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
That was so well timed. Just a perfect throw on the slant.
Hit him on the move, didn't he? Now he's going against the grain of the defenders coming over to try and stop him. That allowed for that additional yardage downfield.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And Gano's kick is right through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will make it into the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Now this one is running back out of the backfield. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. You got the big lead defensively. You're willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch. inbounds, keeping clock running.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Derek Carr sacked by Carlos Dunlap.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it here. This is James White. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
By Demarius Randall.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Cincinnati, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.